Mama Grot.
Grots versus Gaunts.
Gots versus Gaunts. You know the Gots are gonna win, boss. Because they're not just for Christmas, they're for life. So, it's what the hell can my squeak buggies do today? And of course, we got that big old Grot. He's on the front. He's like, ha! I don't need line of sight, man. I'm gonna kill your ass. Welcome to another battle report from Twisted Dice. I'm Darren, and today
I'm back, Ace in the house.
And of course, John is going to be bringing his Tyranids. And of course, this is a special one.
It's such a special one, guys. We're so excited. This has been long overdue. We are just, well, I am. And Darren secretly is a bit of a Tyranid fan, aren't you? I mean, one of the biggest problems that we've got is actually we like the same armies, which is a real pain.
That is the problem. So I've had to give up one of my armies to let you.
But I've done the same though, you know. So like we have to work it out between us. But anyway, look, we're digressing. There is so much cool stuff in this new book. So well done, Games Workshop. You have absolutely knocked it out of the park. So what we will be previewing for you today, guys, for your viewing pleasure, is we will be doing the Uprising, which is Warzone Octarius, which is one of the new campaign books for Games Workshop, and it is jam-packed with so much cool stuff. I am just overflowing with
excitement. You know what's going to happen. You're going to start all of a sudden start seeing all these Tyranid players coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
And if you're one of those guys, welcome back to the fold. The hive mind has been waiting for you to come home for a long time.
It's okay. I don't mind. Like, I'm not offended. You can all come back. You're all welcome. You're all welcome. Take a seat at the table. You're welcome.
Come and join the hive.
Because look, so I have now played quite a few games with the new book, and it is insanely powerful to a ridiculous extent that actually.
Bye-bye, Abmech.
Yeah, it really, really could be. So we'll have to see, but it is that powerful that it potentially will put a few of the top dogs in their place. But we'll see as the meta unfolds. But what we had some trouble with is really making sure that from a channel point of view that you get an opportunity to see a lot of the cool stuff, but without me just tabling Darren in a turn, which is not enjoyable for me, not enjoyable for Darren, and actually you guys don't learn
anything. It'll be all the salty tears like, I want to play Tyranids again.
It would be absolutely rubbish, and it's not what I want to showcase. You can get quite spammy, and you can really juice that power level out of this. But what I wanted to do today, and I'll talk about it when we go through the army, is try and give you a bit of a showcase of some of the tricks that we can do within the new codex, the new supplement. And there is so much stuff. We're only really sort of skimming the surface, but hopefully you're just going to get a little taste, and it will whet your appetite of all the cool stuff that we can do. But we are going to do something slightly different today, Darren. So we're going to kind of showcase and trial a little bit new way of working our battle reports, right?
Yeah, so I know you may be looking at this battle report now and thinking, God, this is a lot shorter than normal. That means Darren's had an absolute arse whooping.
Not necessarily.
Not going to be the case. It's the case that we're going to, as John said, we're going to try shorten this down because we know time is precious for everyone, and we want to try keep you guys and girls engaged in the content we're pushing out as much as we possibly can. Yeah. So we're going to try reduce some of the stuff that is really, you know, the outcome's going to be. There's no point rolling for it on camera because we're going to roll for it. We're still going to play the game as we would. Yeah. But if there's going to be like, say, 10 snagger boys smashing the hell out of one gene stealer, there's no point seeing that, right?
There's not.
We know, you know the outcome. I know the outcome. Yeah. We don't, you know, so you're not going to see that on camera, but we will talk about it and we will cover it off in the most dynamic way we possibly can.
Yeah, it's going to give us the time to spend more time on the interesting stuff, so we can explain stuff more and we can keep it a little bit more dynamic and hopefully, you know, keep your interest a little bit longer, because ultimately we're big fans of the community and there are so many incredible channels producing some amazing battle reports, and you want to watch them all. I know that because I want to watch them all, but we want you to make sure that you can spend a bit of your time taking some of this beautiful content in, and hopefully you really enjoy it. So if you do enjoy it, make sure that you give us that big thumbs up, you subscribe, and please let us know what you're liking about the battle reports. Let us know what you think, because it just helps those magical analytical little gremlins in the works hopefully get this video and all of our videos out to more and more people, and that's what we want. So any kind of help that you can give us would be much appreciated. And if you really want to be a mega boss and support us further, there are details in the description to become a patron and join an exclusive group of an amazing people that help us out even more. So if you want to do that, and thank you to the guys that are already in our Discord and being so helpful, active and supportive, you guys absolutely make it all worthwhile. But if you want to become one of those, all the details are down below. But we've probably whittled on long enough.
Let's get into the armies, John, because this is what people are here for. They want to see what you're going to be bringing to the table. What orc power is going to be smashing those silly little bugs? But we like a good old scrapping. You bring the power level. By the way, this is not going to be an OP army on the orc side. We're going to make this fun, exciting. We're going to make this the best bearable Gorgomork ever sent. Let's bring on the armies.
And this is my 2,000 points of Tyranids. Hive Fleet Voro is in the house. Always so excited to bring the Tyranids out. And what a treat today as we get to use the new amazing rules from the new campaign supplement. It really takes the Tyranids from a lowly class that really struggles in the competitive scene to a level that is absolutely crazy, to the degree that, as we've said previously, I have absolutely had to reduce the power level of this army significantly, so hopefully we can have a good game. So I want you to bear that in mind, guys. I have now play tested all the Tyranid new rules now several times, and I am absolutely shocked by the sheer incredible power that the Tyranid army now has available to it. It is absolutely insane. So to make this game a little bit more interesting, and hopefully so I can show you more of the new tricks, I've spread things around a little bit. I've made sure I haven't sort of spammed too much of the power, so hopefully it will give us a bit more of an entertaining game, but you'll still get an opportunity to see so much of the cool stuff in action. So what we've got is we have got a battalion of Leviathan. So I've only just gone for one battalion, and straight away I can tell you that there are a lot of ways that we can do that a lot better by bringing in potentially a second detachment of Kronos or Kraken, if that's the way you want to go. So we've got lots of cool ways to make that much more effective, but we've gone for just a battalion to keep it simple, to keep it straightforward, but also ultimately to reduce that power level slightly. So what we've gone with in HQs is we have gone for the Swarmlord. He's really good. He's not necessary in the new, what I would call the new Tyranid, what will be meta, I expect, but he still has a lot of tricks and is still a really useful unit. He doesn't necessarily take the advantages of the new stuff as much as some of the other units. So we have the Swarmlord. We then have a Tyranid Prime, a forgotten Tyranid Prime, who now has some very good utility in the list. He has got some really good abilities. So what I've taken and what we'll kind of talk about throughout the battle, and I have done a separate video that you can watch, and the links will be in the description. But what we've gone for with this guy is we've used the upgrade to make him to have, I think it's called unchecked ferocity, and what that does is that means that he can pick a unit in the command phase that is within his synapse reach, and we say reach because now we can have overlapping fields of synapse. So you pick a unit which is in synapse reach. That unit on a melee roll of 6 will automatically wound. So that is a very effective ability. He also will be my warlord. So his warlord trait will be choose a unit at the beginning of the command phase, and that unit will re-roll all hits. So again, extremely powerful. Then we'll move to our second HQ slot, which will be the Broodlord. The Broodlord got one of the most modest increases in power. His additional synapse ability is not that amazing, so we've not paid for that one today. But what we have paid for is an additional Warlord trait to give the Broodlord the ability to redeploy 2 units at the beginning of the game. which is super useful. So that's our HQ slots, and I've gone into a little bit of detail there for you. So we'll go into our troops choices. So for troops choices, we have got a big fatty unit of 30 termagants. Really useful unit, great as a meat shield. And obviously we can hold some objectives with them as well. We've got a second unit of 20 termagants, so again useful. We'll then move into the warriors. We have got 2 units of 3 warriors. Each unit of warriors has got a venom cannon, and here is our second use of one of our new Tyranid abilities. So this unit here will have a ability called bioweapon bond. And what that means is at the beginning of the command phase, any unit within Synapse range, Synapse reach, will be able to get +1 to their to hit roll for both shooting and in combat. That is insanely powerful, as I'm sure you can all pretty much imagine. The second unit will be standard, so you can actually give these abilities to 2 units, and actually you'll probably see in most armies and in most builds, I'd suspect future, you'll have at least 2 units of warriors giving a +1 to the to hit roll. I've decided not to go for that. Again, we're just going to try and keep things sort of spread out so you can see lots of cool stuff, and you don't just have to, I don't go for a sort of spammy build, which is probably more powerful. And then our last troops, well, we actually have 2 more troop choices. So then I have a unit of 3 Rippers, again absolutely standard. These guys don't do anything additional special, but it is nice to have something that can deep strike by standard and take some objectives and score some secondaries. We then have a unit of 16 Gene Stealers. These guys benefit from quite a lot of the new stratagems, and as well as the Synapse buffs. So Gene Stealers have definitely got a huge increase in their power level, and that teamed with their fairly recent points decrease means they're definitely back on the menu again. So that's our troops choice. We'll then go into our elites, and for elites we've got Hive Guard. Now Hive Guard, I could absolutely, and I have done pretty much a video more or less all on the Hive Guard. They are by far our increased power, our biggest increased power unit. They have gone to a whole nother level. They are now, dare I say it, they are pretty much a broken unit for the Tyranids now. They are so powerful. They are now up there with one of the strongest units in the game, and will probably be the reason why a lot of lists may well change, because they are so insanely powerful, it's ridiculous. And for these guys I have paid another CP because I didn't want to lose my Warlord trait, so I've paid a CP to give these an adaptive biology, and these guys will be ignoring AP 1 and 2 just to make them a little bit more survivable, because they are a linchpin unit, and these guys will do predominantly, they'll do most of my damage. Other elite slots, we have got 2 Lictors. As anybody that plays Tyranids know at the moment, these guys are just an insane unit for actions. They're cheap and cheerful. They've got that inbuilt deep strike. There's so much you can do with these guys. They're so small and flexible. I love them, and you're almost doing something wrong if you haven't at least got 1 or 2 in your list. So that's my elite slots. We'll now move into, oh actually no, I have one more elite slot, which is the Maleceptor, and the Maleceptor has got another ability which is, I believe, is called Psychic Essence, maybe that's what it's called. And what this does is, this means if you roll a 6 to wound on a nominated unit that you nominate at the beginning of your command phase, a wound roll of 6 will do an additional AP for that unit, and on top of that you can re-roll your damage, which you can probably work out where that might go, but you can see the incredible power synergies and combos that's going to mean. So it's such, again, a crazy ability that the Maleceptor now has. It makes him not an auto include, but definitely one you'd consider heavily, because that ability is super strong. Anyway, let's then move into the fast attack. As I said, we've kept this list really varied to give you a look at lots of different units, and we've gone for Raveners. Now Raveners, they're not very good. I've got 3 units of these Raveners, and they're not the greatest unit, but they are cheap and cheerful, and they are incredibly fast, and they are infantry, so they are great at scoring objectives. They are great little action monkeys, so that makes them a really useful part of the list. They give you a lot more reach, so I find them super useful. So we've got 3 units of those. And then final, last but not least, we have got the Tyranifex, the forgotten son of the Tyranid army. Yes, you'd see them occasionally with the acid spray, but what you will never see them with up until now is the flesh borer hives. And those flesh borer hives, by God, they got some serious increase in power. There is a stratagem to use for these which absolutely takes these up to, let's say, Contempt of Volkite levels of power. So really super strong, and it'll be really interesting to see how well he does today. But we've got so many buffs, so many cool things. What we've done though in this list, guys, is we've absolutely spread these out across a whole army. So we've spread ourselves really thin, but hopefully no matter what Darren kills, it gives me the opportunity to show you some of the cool stuff somewhere across the board, and will give you some ideas how you want to build your Tyranid army. And I will have lots and lots of videos on a much more optimized list, and I have been doing quite a bit of playtesting, and some of those lists your opponents won't make it to their second turn. So whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'll let you be the you be the judge on that. But Tyranids now are very much in a fight, and they are absolutely going to be on some top tables. So we'll see how well this does today as we go into the deployment.
Right, you stinky gits, welcome to my 2000 points of Orks. Today we're going to be taking 2 detachments. We're going to be going in with a battalion, and we're also going to be going with an Outriders detachment. And of course, because Ghazghkull Thraka I'm totally in love with at the moment, I feel bad if I don't actually include him into the army. So for the battalion, we're going to be going with Goths. Goths are the best at the moment. Well, I seem to think so. So HQ, we're going with Ghazghkull Thraka, but more importantly, we're also going with the Weird Boy as well. And he is going to be going with the jump. Not that I think that the jump is going to get off at any point, but it's nice to have that in there. Then moving over to troops. So we're going to be going in with Grots, and Grots is for life. And we're also going to be going with 3 squads of the Snagger Boys. Been tossing over between Snagger Boys and normal Orc Boys, and the Snagger Boys at the moment, for the extra points, yeah, but they do seem to be a stronger choice to go with. The strength 5 over the strength 4 does make a big difference, plus they've got so many cool strats you can play with. Moving then over to my fast for the battalion, we're going to be going with a knob on a squig, and then we're going to be going with 3 squig boys. Now the knob, I'm going to be taking him with the artifact from the Goths, only because it's such a cool little artifact, which you should be seeing spinning up onto the screen. Then we're going to be moving over to the Bad Moons for my Outrider detachment. So the Bad Moons gives the extra range, which is really cool. And we're going to be going in with a big mech with a smasher gun. So going for that all-important roll-off to see which army is going to be setting up first.
Yeah, this is
a limited edition dice from Twisted Dice that haven't been on the and managed to get since.
There we go, let's go for it. Good luck.
Oh,
there we go. So I got the 2, so I will be going first. Exciting times.
Any secret shenanigans that the new Tyranids can do to redeploy anything?
Yes, so I will be doing that. So that's a really good point, Darren. So just to let you know, just in case you don't see the full extent of it on camera, so more or less what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the old magic swapperoonie here. So basically the Hive Guard that are here, that are quite out in the open, will be suddenly hiding round in this little ruin here, and these Gene Stealers that are in here will be over there. Basically meaning that my little Brood Lord who's sitting there will be with his fellow Gene Stealers, and then my cheeky little Hive Guard will be sitting in the most hidden position I've got on the board, behind a massive big screen of gaunts. So
I love
that's
that.
what will happen in a second. Okay, so there's quite a lot that happens in the command phase, particularly now with the new Tyranid stuff. So I want to talk you through it because it's really, really important to understand what's kind of going on. So as we sort of said in the off with the different kind of abilities that the new Tyranids have got. So let's talk what we did. So first of all, we swapped over the Hive Guard with the Gene Stealers to put the Gene Stealers in the most offensive position to get up the board, and then what we did was we used our buffs from our different characters. So the Tyranid Prime, who's down here, well, obviously we've got a really big synapse web because everything crosses over now. So all you need to be is basically within 12 inches of another synapse creature, and you can spread all your buffs around. So synapse is really strong now. So the Tyranid Tyranid Prime, he put his full rerolls onto the unit of Hive Guard. That's from his Warlord trait. So he did that first of all in the command phase. What we then did was he then put his buffs for exploding sixes to hit in combat onto the Gene Stealers. So that's his buffs then done for the turn. We then went to the Tyranid Warriors, and the Tyranid Warriors put their buffs, which is +1 to hit, onto the Hive Guard as well. So they've got that. So they're now hitting on 2s, and they've also got the full rerolls from the Tyranid Prime. Now this particular turn, the Maleceptor, with his ability to have 6s to do an additional AP, they are going to put theirs onto the big unit of Gaunts. Now it's actually going to make very little difference this particular turn. These guys have advanced, but I actually don't have a very good viable unit choice from this turn, and particularly as you can't stack these doubles, so you can't put a different ability on a different unit. So all these synapse abilities is 1 per unit. So because of that, I can't put that on onto the Hive Guard or onto the Gene Stealers if I wanted to. That's not really relevant. So that's kind of where we are. The other thing that's really kind of important, everything has obviously moved up. We've used the additional movement stratagem to advance and then move again these Raveners. They've also then done retrieve Octavius data to make sure that we get our points starting to tick up there. When I did roll to see if they do any damage to themselves, they actually took 2 mortal wounds, so one is down to 1 wound. But other than that, everything has either advanced or moved up. The Gene Stealers have moved here. We've got the Swarmlord following them up, as well as the Broodlord. So we're hoping to get maximum buffs from these Gene Stealer unit, and the whole wave of the Tyranid Swarm is now moving into midfield. So really kind of good, and hopefully you'll get the ability, get the chance to see all the cool stuff happen now. Okay, so we're now in the psychic phase, and we'll start off with a really important psychic power. We're going to do Catalyst. We're going to do it onto the Gene Stealers. Let's see whether we can get this off. We get it off on an 8, so these guys now have a nice 5 up, if you'll know. Okay, so into psychic phase. So we've got the Catalyst off, which is the key one for the Gene Stealers. We then did a smite onto the truck from the Swarmlord as well, which was cool. The Broodlord then horrored Gazgul to make him -1 ballistic skill and weapon skill, and then finally the Maleceptor did Onslaught on the unit of Termagant so they can still shoot. To be honest, I think they're probably going to be out of range, but he did Perils and he lost 2 wounds. So that's in the psychic phase, so we'll go into the all-important shooting phase. Okay, so we're in the shooting phase. The Swarmlord is going to use his amazing ability, Hive Commander, to move a unit again, and of course he is going to use the Gene Stealers to move again, so they will be moving again into an aggressive position. Okay, so we are going to use a stratagem. This is one of the new stratagems, and what we're going to use it on the Hive Guard. What this is going to do, this is 1 CP, and every roll of a 6 generates an additional hit. So we're going to use it on them, which is very, very cool. Obviously, these already have the ability on them to be +1 to hit, so they're now hitting on 2s, and they have the reroll everything from the Warlord trait as well. So these are hitting on 2s, rerolling everything, and 6s generate additional hits.
Makes it super scary.
Yes, so they are going to go into the truck.
Why do I think that you want to take that truck out?
I'm going to try and take the truck out, Darren. So let's see what we do. Okay, so I didn't get any 6s at all. So what I'm going to do, this is the beauty of basically having a chapter master ability. What you can do is rather than just re-roll the misses, you can re-roll everything. So I'm going to be fishing for those 6s. So I'm going to re-roll absolutely
Shenanigans.
everything.
Absolute shenanigans there.
So I'm going to re-roll absolutely everything. And there we go. So I did get 4 misses, but I then can put in an additional 3 hits. So they're my hits. I'm then looking for 3s to wound. So here we go. That's a pretty over average roll there, Darren.
Yeah, and they're strength 8 as well, aren't they?
They are strength 8. So there you go, Darren.
Just, minus on them?
They are -2.
-2.
So looking for your 6-ups. Let's put them in there.
For Gorkamork! Oh, 2 damage apiece though, aren't they?
No, they're D3 damage each.
Oh, well, that's even worse.
So
Well, I don't know actually. I think 2 damage is better.
2 damage
actually.
is probably more consistent. So let's see how
Pray
we
for
do.
all ones.
See how we do. Okay, so that will be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Plus the wounds he's already taken. He is dead. He
Doesn't
does
blow
not
up.
blow up. So we will let those guys get out and we'll come back.
I'm gonna have to probably do an emergency disembark
You
because otherwise I'm not going to be able to get out and keep out of 1 inch of you guys.
Okay, so as we can see here, the boys have just managed to get out of their transport with an emergency disembarkation. So spending a CP there to get them out, but that's cool. So they're there, staring down the gene stealers.
It's not cheap.
It's not cheap. Is it 1 CP or is it 2
2 CP.
2 CP, but you had to keep them alive, right?
Yeah, I ain't going to chuck away stuff. And I think, even though you're going to come in and go, right, let's get some dinner in, boys.
So the boys are there looking cool. So now I'm going to spend 2 CP, which will be my 4th CP I've spent this turn. So they're quite expensive for the Tyranids to spend CPs, but I got 1 back obviously at the beginning of the turn, or get 1 at the beginning of the turn. Okay, but now what we're going to do...
Was there anything that gave you
Yeah,
ability
it does. I need to re-roll it again, whether it's me. I need to double check whether it's I get it back only when you spend them or whether it's I spend them again. But we'll do it at the end of the turn and we can work out how many stratagems I've taken. So we'll do that on the recap, guys. So anyway, right. So the Hive Guard are now going to shoot up way across the battlefield, guys, and they're going to shoot into the copters, the Death Copters.
No.
Because we want to kind of cut down Darren's mobility a little bit. So here we go. So let's try that again then. So here we go. So what we're going to do first of all, is we're going to take these ones out, and then we're going to re-roll everything else. So we've got another one there. So what we can do then is we're going to need some more dice. So that's a miss, and then I'm going to need another 3 dice there.
Oh, the
That's
shenanigans.
amazing. The shenanigans, beautiful shenanigans. So we've now got more hits than we started with, which is fantastic. And your toughness 6 on those Death Copters?
The Death Copters are, yeah.
Okay, so here we go. We need 3s. Oh, nice, Darren. Nice. So you picked off 3 saves. So let's see how much damage we do here. So the first one, D3, does 1. Second one does 1. Kills a guy, right?
Yep, so there's 1 down so far.
1 gun. And then next one does 2, and then this will kill another guy. So that'll be two of the Death Cop. Okay, so after that, that's the end of the shooting. So really, really effective for the Tyranids. We've taken down one of the trucks. We've got the boys in a position where we can really kind of put the offensive on, and we start to chip away some of Darren's fast attacking units, which is cool. So next up, we're going to go into the charge phase, which is really, really cool. And what's going to happen is my beautiful little gene stealers are going to, they've seen the flesh of those greenskins, and now they're going to march in and try and rip them up.
Yum, 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 yum.
So we have got a massive charge, so we're going anywhere we want. Okay, so we're now in the assault phase. I've got some choices. I could use the same exploding 6s stratagem again for the gene stealers. For gene stealers, it actually costs 2 CP, but the advantage of it is every roll 6 would actually be 2 exploding hits. But in this case, bearing in mind, guys, I have got the buff already on these. So these have got the +1 to hit from the Broodlord, and on top of that, they had the buff that on a roll of 6 to hit, it auto wounds from the Tyranid Prime. So already these are hitting on 2s and auto wounding on 6s. So I just don't need to spend the 2 CP to make them any more killy. I've already got 54 attacks on these guys. So here we go. We're going to roll it, guys, and let's see how many boys we just evaporate. So one thing just to bear in mind is I'm going to be taking those 6s out. They are auto wounds, so we'll see how many we get just from auto wounds. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. So we've already got 8 wounds that are auto wounded, and now we have loads more. So Darren has t-shirt saves, so we'll go to them.
Here we go. So let's see if we can get some 5s, some 6s. It's not enough.
No,
the squad is dead. Oh!
Right, so just after that combat, I did trigger the overrun stratagem to allow to move my Gene Stealers, not just the 3 inches, but they can move their full movement and run. So they've now moved kind of back from where they were a little bit, but I still want to make sure that I get my engager on all fronts because that's really important. And I also want to definitely try and give my Broodlord a little bit of security as well, so they've kind of moved back there. So that's the plan. That's worked really well. We've cleared out a couple of units. We've done some work for my secondary, so I'm really pleased with that first turn, and now we'll see what Darren can do in return.
So, come on, face. One thing and one thing only.
It's thought you had wind. You had a bit of indigestion.
It is terrible in here today. Right, so yeah, it's a lot of pressure's being put on me. Early game, Tyranids absolutely friggin' rock, and it's just making me so happy to see how good the Tyranids are. So what we've done, quick recap, Gaz's advance with the wire going in means we can advance, charge, all the goodness from that. Snagger boys have jumped out of the truck. They're coming charging across. They want some Tyranids. They want some revenge. They've seen some teeth. Teeth mean prizes, which is really cool. The buggies over here, they've... I keep forgetting they're 3 separate units, so they're now starting to pull themselves apart to try and go for the Hive Guard over here. Because if I don't, John is going to punish me. And then everything else is moved. The only thing I didn't advance was the copters. Could have done, but it was... Yeah, I feel like I didn't really need to. And of course, over here to deal with the threat, my big old torpedo, Big Ed, is going over there. And then with that big old nugget, he's going to go smashing into those dudes and go, here we go, boys. So that is it. So we're going to go into the psychic phase. This is going to be nice, simple. We're going to go smite onto these dudes. The one dude with 1 wound left.
Go on then,
the
Darren.
warp is going to be opened up. The Great Rift is going to punish him. 5 just on the knuckle.
Yeah, nothing I can do about it. So
D3
how many?
for 2.
So 1 dies and then 1 will take a wound. Okay,
Right.
where are we, Darren?
Whoa, the big old mech in the truck. He wants to be having some fun now. He's getting some tasty bits in the go. So here's big shoot up shock attack gun. He's going to shoot onto the big fella, innit?
He's going to shoot
pop him off.
He's going to shoot into the Maleceptor. So the Maleceptor has done his ability, his stratagem, so it is -1 strength for anything that shoots at him or the guys that are close to him. So
Is it 6 inches or 3 inches?
6 inches.
So pretty much everything's in 6 inches, so it doesn't matter where I shoot. So here we go.
Go for it.
2d3 posted d6 because I spent
he's a
the
special one?
upgrade. Yep.
Yeah, go for it.
So see how many shots. Oh, look at that. That is lovely. That is good. Let's see the strength, because this is going to be the big part. So we're strength 8. Because
so
strength 7, sorry.
Yep.
Because of your minus.
Yep.
So shots, we get that, and then we get that and that. That's good.
Yep, nice. So 5s to hit.
I think he might be. He's Blister skill 4.
Why's that?
Why is that?
Is that just he is just generally a ballistic skill 4?
Yeah, he's ballistic
They
skill
put
4.
the mech up to ballistic skill 4.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
That's really good.
Wow. Okay, so you all hit with everyone.
It's really good.
Wow. Okay, cool.
And then I'm gonna need
4s.
Boom.
So 2.
2 go through. So 2's better than none, really, isn't it?
2 is better than none.
2 is better than none. And I'm gonna CP one of those.
Okay.
This might be the only time. There you go. 3.
3 go through. Lovely. So I have a 4 up invulnerable save.
Come on.
So 1 saved. I can't see what the one under there is. That looks like a 6 to me. Let's move it out there, guys. Oh, there's a 6. So 1 goes through. So how much damage, Darren?
D6 for 6.
Oh, that's nice. Can you hand me 6 dice so I do my feel no pains?
Oh, get away with your feel no pains, man.
So let's see how many feel no pains we can get. So we save another 2, so only 4 go through. Okay.
Still pretty good. So far, the big mech has been on fire for the shooting, which is absolutely stonking good.
I like that hit on 4s. It's really good.
That's massive. That's massive.
Really
But
good.
this is where it's going to get even better.
Okay.
We're now going to go. We'll recap on the second one, the rest of the shooting, because we've done a lot off camera. But we've got the copters. They're going to shoot next.
Yep.
They're also going to have a little pop at him as well.
Okay.
Why not? Right?
Why
Makes
not?
sense.
Why not? Why not? Go for it.
So it is 2d6 now. See how many shots. This is not too bad. No, it's not. It's 2d3.
So rockets.
So 4 shots. Not bad. 2.
Yeah.
I don't think they hit on 4s. They are 5s again.
Yeah.
5, 5, 5s for 1.
Yeah. So here we go. Of course, I rolled it all over there, but I did make the save. I got 5 plus.
Cool.
Yeah. Nice.
Damn your 5 up invulnerable save shenanigans. 4 up invulnerable.
4 up invulnerable. So, woo!
Woo, that's good. It's good. It is there. So it only really leaves for the creme de la creme, the main part of the show. Is what the hell can my squig buggies do today? And of course we got that big old karate's on the front. He's like, ha ha! I don't need line of sight, man. I'm gonna kill your ass.
Yeah, you're gonna shoot some squigs
So
at
as you
me.
can see, I'm getting like super excited over this.
Well, yeah.
So we're
Don't
gonna
blame me.
go over here.
Yep.
What we're going to do with these guys, this one here,
Yep,
he is
start
going
with
to
this guy.
shoot.
Yep.
Makes it difficult because what we're going to do with this guy is going to shoot the no line of sight shooting
Into
over
the
to your
Hive
Hive
Guard.
Guard.
Yeah, that
Everything
makes sense.
else is going to go into the Gene Stealers. Here we go.
Ready for the main event?
So let's go for the no line of sight shooting first of all. So
Okay.
we can roll some big numbers.
Okay.
8 shots.
That's decent.
That's not bad, considering they're going to be hitting on 4s. Because he's a man by little grots.
Yeah.
And if this grot doesn't do what it's going to do, you know what's going to happen. Ooh, I might spend some... I won't... I'm tempted to do the exploding 6s strat on this one, because this might be good, because I could clear some Gene Stealers off. And I think that might be the way forward. We won't at the moment. No, we won't. Maybe I should have done. Oh no, that's not good.
Okay, so 3 hits on the Hive Guard, yeah?
That's it. So strength.
So you're now doing 5s you need, so 1's a hit. 1's a hit.
Oh, they're T5, are they?
Well, no. So yeah, they're T5, exactly. And you're strength, but then because you're -1 strength for your gun, because of my thing. Yeah.
yep.
So you would normally do 4s, but you're 5s
That's
because
it.
of that.
That makes it really strong.
And it's -2.
Yep.
And because of my adaptive biology, I ignore AP 1 and 2. I am in colour. I have a 3+ save.
This makes it good.
I only got a 2 though.
Sorry, I'm just
So
double
it's 2 damage. So I now have my 6 up ignore, which I don't get any, double 1. So I have taken 2 damage, Darren.
2 damage is good.
Perfect.
Okay, so then
Brilliant.
we do the line of sight shooting dude onto the Gene Stealers. We'll do the shotguns first of all.
Okay.
Nothing. And then we'll do...
That's this one here.
That's correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the launcher for 4 shots.
Yeah.
Leading 5s. 5, 5, 5s. Only the 1.
Okay.
Does wound.
Okay, no worries. So 5 up invuln, so this isn't going to matter. So 5 up invuln, I get a 6.
And to be fair, I probably would have missed that because it's the -1 because of the we're set off the fence.
It doesn't matter anyway, but good spot there. And
yeah,
well
good
done,
shout. So
good shot.
I know barricades don't normally offer that.
Yeah.
But we were playing it as
yeah,
we've got no
forests.
We've got no forests or anything like that, but we wanted to add a bit of variety and a little bit of flavour and challenge to the channel.
Absolutely.
That's how we're playing it.
We love it. Right, okay, cool.
Can you just imagine the fence players going in the air going, woo! We're acting like trees!
Very good. Very good. Right, next up.
So, it's not working out to the way I wanted it to work. But we're going to do the last one. He is going to shoot his no line of sight shots into this fella here.
Ooh.
And then everything else that I can reach.
So the line of sight, not no line of sight.
Sorry.
I was like, oh, okay, fair enough.
That's interesting.
Thanks very much.
Sorry. Well done, John, for spotting that one. Schoolboy error. Slip of the tongue.
I was like, thanks very much.
They don't call me Erebus for nothing. So yeah, so the no line of sight, so the better shooting and the better grot
Hive Guard again.
into the Hive Guard, everything else into him.
Yeah, makes
and so far we have not been able to kill a single Hive Guard off. And that is kind of like, uh-oh, pee-pee bum time. Right, let's go for big numbers. So,
okay, right.
Gorgamok, give me some goodness.
What do we got here?
Oh,
Oh, there we go. They have blessed you with their presence.
This is where I should have said, I'm going to do my thing, but it's too late. I got to do it before shooting.
12 shots hitting on 4s. So, I'd say we'll have 6 juicy 4s here, Darren.
Oh, come on, I want more than that.
6 juicy 4s.
I want 8 at least. So we got 2, 4, 6.
Exactly average.
You.
Exactly average.
Well, it could be worse. It could be less than average, couldn't it?
It could, then 5s.
No!
Oh dear.
What happened?
The averages went south.
No!
Because you should have got 2 there and you did not get your 2.
Right, the line of sight one.
Okay.
Here we go. For 6. Oh, this dice is on fire.
Okay, that Ravener's feeling a bit sad right now.
For 3.
For 3, okay. And, oh dear.
1.
What strength is it?
It is strength 5.
Strength 5, okay, cool, no worries. Minus?
-2.
Don't get save.
3.
Don't get save. Don't get save. How much damage?
2.
So he's got 1 wound left.
So I still have to charge him then, and have to deal with him that way. Okay, no worries. No worries, it's fine.
Okay.
The biggest and the best.
Right.
We'll do some good
So,
stomping.
Darren, does that conclude your shooting phase?
Yeah, it does. It does include my shooting because a lot of other things can't do anything because they're advanced.
Because they're going to charge.
Gazgo can't because that silly damn Daka rule,
Yeah.
meaning he can't advance and charge anymore, which kind of sucks. Big old hairy Gazzies, go nuts. So
Okay.
what are we gonna do?
Okay.
We're gonna do only what Orks do best, and we're gonna charge. Let's charge these boys. We're just gonna So we're gonna do this straight up, nice and easy. First up, we're gonna do a big head here.
Right, let's move down. Let's move this camera down so we can see exactly what's going on. Okay, so we have got the war. He's not a war boss. He's a knob on Smasher Squig.
That's it, Smasher Squig.
Okay. So
now with this colour, I don't really even need to charge because I don't have to roll anything because I can't miss him.
No.
So I'm not even gonna tempt fate.
Yeah, you're just gonna move him in there.
Move.
Yeah, no worries. So
But
did mortal wounds and 6?
Well, this is the thing, John. Right? Just 5 dice.
Yeah.
5 magical dice on 4 pluses.
Yeah.
Mortal wounds are gonna come through.
Wow.
And
love that.
the beautiful thing with that,
Yeah.
if I had other things, I could charge him up the board even more, but I don't. Here we go.
Okay. Right. So let's go in here. Should we go in here?
I think that'd be the better.
That's
Yeah,
enough to
he's
kill him.
dead.
Yeah, he is dead.
So all you got from him, his thing up there, and that screw went, and the old thing on the back is like, oh, this is a bit too much.
Yes. Poor old Ravener bites the dust. Okay, cool.
She said I get rather excited.
Yeah, I can tell. Well, you need to. Lee, you need to. Right. Cool. What is next?
So next up on the mix, let's go with Gazgol Fracker.
Okay.
Gazgol's going to go for the big old one.
Yeah.
So he's going to go for
the Broodlords. Yeah.
The question is, what do we need?
That's a good question. Let's have that little cheeky pre-measure. We love a pre-measure. What are we looking at here?
6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just over 6. So
it will be 6 then.
6 inches. Come on, Gaz.
Okay, here we go. Let's go in.
Double ones coming up. I shouldn't tempt fate. But guess what? Here we go, boys. We're gonna go again.
However, here we go. Yep.
Thank God on that, because I had poopy pant time. That Ghazghkull was not going to go in. And this is where Gaz goes, hello, my son. Boom. Okay. So let's talk about what we're going to go for, because this is going to be important in the order I do this. So I'm going to start off with the Snagger boys first of all, because if I don't, I know that John is going to interrupt with them. And those Gene Stealers, we've already seen what damage they can do. So we've got to try and stop that the best we possibly can. Even though it's fun, we don't want to chuck it away, because we want a good old scrapping. Gaz can only lose a maximum of 4 wounds. Don't think the Gaunts over here have got enough to do what they've got to do. But it does mean we've got bucket loads of attacks from these guys. So there's going to be 4 attacks because of everything that's going on at the moment with the War.
Yeah.
We're going to spend 2 CP to make them also explode on 5s and 6s, which is a Goth ability. That makes them super, super strong, and hopefully enough to kick the butt of the dirty old Gene Stealers. Okay. So,
go for it then.
Let's go for the War Boss first of all.
Yep, the knob.
The knob even. Free hit.
Yeah. With
2 exploding. I love that. Love that even more.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's just strength. Well, he's probably even more strength, isn't he? But
actually, would be. It should be strength 8, I believe.
Is he your claw? Is he?
Yes, he would be.
Yeah,
it's not.
He'd be 2s then. He's got a claw.
So I just need to double check on his thing, because it's a baseline. You increase on the baseline, and because they are Snagger, they are strength 5, which is going to put them up to strength 6. Yeah, strength 5, strength 6, and then the power snapper is +2, so it puts them up to strength 8. So yeah, 2s.
Yeah.
So it'd be 1 more in there. So that is a really strong.
Okay, it's a good start, right? Good start. Yeah. Okay, so let's do the same for these then. So we have a 5-up Hinbon, which you don't make any. How much damage is this each?
This on this one is actually 2 damage.
Okay, so 4 got through. So first one.
Wow. Saved it like a champ.
Second one does kill 1. And then third one kills 2. And then fourth one kills 3. So 3 die. So I'll take 3 off the back anyway. Cool.
So that's good. So the chopper was, that snipper was actually pretty good.
2 damage really, really hurts me, because it obviously just means that Feel No Pain is a lot less effective. So yeah, go for it.
Let's go with the other attacks.
Yeah.
So freeze, exploding 5s and 6s. So I'll just get.
Okay. So now winning on 3s. Strength 6, strength 5, right?
That's it. Strength 6.
Still strength, yeah. 3.
So let's remove on the misses.
Okay, so we're looking for 5-up Hinbons first of all. So if you want to take out the 5s and 6s for us, Darren. And now we have our Leviathan save as well. See if we can keep them alive. That didn't look very good.
That looked terrible.
I don't think there's 1, 5 or 6 there.
No, there's not.
Odds,
that's
pretty poor. Do you want to just count them out for me, Darren? I think you only need to kill like 13,
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Yeah, that's
16,
all
17
that
wounds.
is the unit done. Okay, so the hive mind's not having any of that, so we're going to interrupt, and as the quick and agile nature of the Broodlord, nothing faster and more vicious than a spurned Broodlord that's just lost its brethren, he is going to strike at Ghazghkull before he gets a chance to bring the hammer down. So we'll see whether we can do some damage. Now we can only do 4 wounds, but ultimately what I'm just thinking about is the future here. If I take 4 wounds off him now, or close to, then he's in a lot of trouble next turn. Because then with a combination of psychic, shooting and potentially combat, I could quite easily see Gaz go off in the next turn. So just taking those 4 wounds off is quite important. So we're going to do that anyway and see if we can do it. So we're going to spend our CP, and now we'll see how the Broodlord does. So he's hit on 2s, which he all hits.
Mate, he's like, I
have none of that. He will be wounding on 5, but he has Rending Claws, so he'll be re-rolling all of the failed wounds.
Don't you just love a good old rending?
Love a Rending Claw. Okay. Okay, so that 6 is important, because obviously it's extra damage and hard to save, and then these ones will re-roll. So don't get any additional, but what we have is we have like minus ridiculous and then -3.
4 up invulns.
Yeah, so or you should do them separately. Well, they both failed anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. So
I can re-roll them now if you want.
so he's definitely lost 4.
4 wounds,
because one will be flat 3 and the other will be D3. He can only lose up to 4, so he loses 4 wounds. So yeah, that will be that. So
let's get some dice and let's get Gaz back into the action.
Okay, so now Gazgul is slightly wounded, but there's nothing worse and nothing more scary than an angry Gazgul. So let's see what he can do.
I don't care. 2s. But we've got an exploding 6.
To make up
so
for
that goes to that.
Yeah.
Boom.
So they all hit.
2s. Mate, do you think he's dead?
No. No, I don't.
This is going to be strong.
So we're going to make up for all those 5s that we didn't get before, and now we're going to get loads of 5-ups. Which we don't. That will kill him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's more than 1 damage. It's 3 or something like
4.
that. Yeah, that's definitely going to kill him, 100%.
Okay, so the hive mind is messing with us, but we love a good old scrap. And we love the bugs to come because the bugs bring the best scraps there is. So look, Gazgul might be in a little bit of trouble next turn, but you know what? Gazgul does what Gazgul does best, and he doesn't care because you can't kill Gazgul Fracker. Gazgul Fracker will be back next turn. Because old Mad Doc Scrot is going to be there and he's going to put him on a bigger body and a better... and the Tyranids don't know to kill the head. They're going to try and get the corpse, but Mad Doc's going to be there. In fact, his little personal teleporter is going to be there.
He'll be juice. There's no way
his little personal teleporter will go... Boop,
no, I don't think so.
And he'll be gone again. He'll like...
They'll have to put him in a carton, Darren, because he'll be juice.
That's fine. Mad Doc can do anything he wants.
Of course he can.
Remember, if the Orks tinker, it happens, innit?
Exactly.
So, advance. So what we've done, these guys have just pulled in. Over here, the Snagger Boys went first. We took off 21 guys.
Yeah, 21 guys, yeah.
21 guys, which was really good. So what that meant that John took all the gaunts off the way they should. Technically, that's the best way because it means that if he didn't, these guys would have just finished off the rest. And it totally makes sense. But it did mean that I get to activate these for free. So pulled in. So these boys have tapped into the gaunts just to try tie them in. So it then gives me 2 units to decide on which ones I want to survive going into the next turn. So
Or try.
That's it. Try. We can only try. Orcs are best known for the good tryhards.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's end of combat.
Yeah.
End of the turn.
Yeah.
It means that I get 2 points for quarters. I don't get the big numbers because I'm not quite over on this side, but that's fine. To kill things in combat.
Yeah. You kill 2 things?
I kill 2 things.
Yeah, I didn't.
You kill one thing.
One thing in combat, yeah.
So it does mean I get some points.
You do.
I get 3 points for that.
You do.
And I think there's points for characters as well. But I need to double check that. Okay. So it does mean points, but you will see it on the screen. It will pop up and it will show you what I've got on the points. Yeah. But going into turn 2 for the Gene Stealers.
Stealers? There are no Gene Stealers. You're just rubbing it in. Okay, so end of movement for Tyranids. Quite an important turn, running slightly shorter on CPs now, so it's very, very important that I make them count and that we get all the buffs in the right place so we cause maximum damage. I need to, if I have a really good turn this turn, I can make it so it's very, very difficult for Darren to come back. I have a massive lead now. I say massive, it's 1 turn, but I have a big lead in primary because I was able to get 15 points and I think I can quite comfortably take Darren down to just 5 for his first primary. So if I can do that, that gives me quite a big swing on that. So I just need to now make sure that I can do enough damage to Darren so it makes it very difficult for him to come back and that I can continue to control the table. So bearing that in mind, my buffs this turn, quite similar to last turn in the fact that I've given the Hive Guard will be getting the full re-rolls, but I have decided this turn, instead of giving them the +1 to hit, I'm going to give the +1 to hit to the Tyranids this time. I've got plans for this guy. He's going to do some work for me today, and so I'm really hoping that that's going to do the business. And then the Tyranid Prime has given the Raveners the not exploding, but 6's auto wound to hit. So that's what we've kind of done there. I think that's pretty much all the buffs I've handed out. The Maleceptors, it really isn't particularly worth him giving anything to anything because the extra AP that I have doesn't really make a difference because most of the Darren stuff is t-shirt saves anyway. So the only thing that I have done just as a really kind of it doesn't really do a lot, but I've given his +1 AP and reroll damage to the Warriors just for the Venom Cannon, which will help out a little bit. So then movement wise, we've come out of combat here. Darren failed to get his sort of snag off, so these guys were able to escape. We've pulled back from combat with these, just making sure that we're sheltering all around the objective to hold that. The Swarmlords moved up on Gazgol just for an epic fight. I mean, who doesn't want to see the Swarmlord fight Gazgol? I mean, that's in everyone's dreams, right? And then we have, as I said, the Raveners have come through here, so has the Prime. The other Raveners have hammered up down here and have done their retrieve Octavius data, and I've also brought in some Rippers right in the corners there for future turns and give Darren something else to think about. Potentially I've got a 9-inch charge onto his buggy as well. If I can get in there, obviously the Swig Launcher is blast, so that helps me somewhat. These guys have just made sure that they've got line of sight onto his Snagger Boys because I need to kill those Snagger Boys, and that's pretty much it from a movement point of view. So we're now going to go into psychic phase. We've got a couple of things to do, so I'll pretty much do them straight away for you, Darren. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Feel No Pain Catalyst onto the Hive Guard, which I get that off on a 6.
Can't deny. Well, too far away.
Yep, and then the next thing he's going to do is he's going to smite Gazgol. She gets on a 10.
Again, can't deny.
So that will be D3 because I need to have more than that. Just the 1. I can't afford any rerolls this time. Literally, I've worked out exactly what I need for my command points. I have 4 command points. I need to put every single one of these to very precious use. So can't be affording any rerolls at all. So that's a bit of a pain, but we're going to have to deal with it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Psychic Onslaught on this guy. So all I need to do is basically choose it. He can't do any psychic powers this turn, but on a 2+, every unit within 6 inches takes a mortal wound. So it'll be this one and it'll be this one. So 2+ for that. Yep, and then 2+ for your Snagger Boys. I'll reroll that again. We'll call that cocked. Yes, so just 2 mortal wounds, no more than that. The other, the Hog Boys are out of range, but it just does a little bit of chip work there. With that will be the end of the psychic phase. So now we'll do some shooting and we'll come back.
Going now into the important part of the shooting and to see if the Hive Mind have got what it takes to help these little gribbly biggly bugs defeat the Orks. If they don't, they're going to get punished.
So I'm going to do the new stratagem again. I just want to show you some more cool stuff. So we've got a new stratagem for flesh borers and flesh borer hives that basically on a roll of a 6 to wound, you do a mortal wound in addition to damage. So
it's funny because we were saying, weren't we, that the weapon on them wasn't really needed. No. And now all of a sudden
yeah, exactly. So I was busy magnetising these to get the flesh borer hives back on them because they're really, really good because they are, if they don't move, which he hasn't moved, it'll be 40 shots, so 2 volleys of 20.
Jesus, that's like ink. Jesus is not going to help me. Maybe Gorgon will.
So it's pretty nice. And I put the +1. So normally one of the problems with them is they only hit on 4s, but I put the +1 to hit, so it hits on 3s. So hits on 3s. And
that's strong.
And we're hoping we can do some damage here.
Let's get some dice tray and we'll put. So where are we shooting, John?
Okay, so here we go. So he's going to shoot from him into the Snagger Boys. I have to kill the Snagger Boys, but I do the 2 because it's 2 sets of volleys, so I shoot them separately. So the first volley of 20 hitting on 3s. So we'll take out the 1s and the 2s, and then we are looking for 3s. It's strength 6, but ultimately the 6s will do mortal wounds. Okay, so 2 mortal wounds, as well as it counts as addition. Also, that will be 6, 7, 8, 9 saves. There we go, and then obviously 2 are just dead. So 2 saved.
That's the squad,
so
really.
That will be the squad, yeah, because they already lost them.
Okay, so let's go.
So this will be his second volley now. So now we're going to go with his second 20 shots, and his second 20 shots are going to go into the coctors that are in front of him.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
So we're just trying to just kill these guys. So here we go again. So we are looking for those 3s. And we quickly take those 1s and 2s away. So this will be 4s, but 6 is what we really want. So we've got 1 mortal wound, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and of course a mortal wound for 6. So there you go. So that'll be 6 wounds. You will have your 4 full 4 up. So that will be, and then including the mortal wound altogether,
Yeah,
that
so
will be all from. No, there'll be 1 wound left on one of them.
Now, considering this is a tame list,
yeah,
this is doing really damn well, and we're getting a good opportunity to see all the toys.
I wanted to give you an opportunity, guys, to see a lot of the different tricks. So rather than go all in on one, which is probably the better way to do it.
But that'd be boring, right?
It would be boring. I wanted to see if I could show you quite a lot of the different tricks. So hopefully you get an idea of all the different stuff you could do.
Some of the variety.
Some of the variety. So we're now into the Hive Guard. Now these Hive Guard are not quite as buffed as they were before, but I'm going to put 3 of them, so 3 Hive Guard, which is 2 shots each, into Gazgol. And then I'm going to put the other 3 into the Snagger boys. They're there.
Totally makes sense.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Snagger boys. And here we go. So this time I'm not on 2s because I haven't given them the +1 to their ballistic skill. So they'll be hitting on 3s, but they will be re-rolling everything, and they're going to be exploding 6s. Okay, so we've got, this time though, what I won't be doing is I won't be taking the risk to re-roll 3s because they're not hitting on 2s. That would be silly. Yeah, okay, so 1 additional 1 for the exploding. And now I'm looking for, again, the nice thing about the Snagger boys now being toughness 5 means I'm not doing them on 2s, it'd be 3s. It's a big deal.
It does make a big difference.
Huge difference, yeah. So there you go, so it'll be 4 6-up saves.
And not one of them.
So that'll be 4 down.
So 4 Snagger boys so far.
How many left of the Snagger boys?
3 left.
3 left. Okay, good. Good.
3 of the Snagger boys still holding in there, but we've still got more shots coming in.
We have. So now we have the second volley. This time we're going into the big man himself. We have to try and take as many wounds off him as possible. We've taken just 1 off in the psychic phase, so we need to make sure we take at least 4 off to make it easy for the Swarmlord in combat, because ultimately we can only take 4 off a phase. So here we go. So going into Swarmlord again, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling everything. So re-rolling those 2. No 6s yet. Still no 6s, I missed them, which is frustrating, but we're looking for 3s. Which we get 3. So now it'll be 4 up invulnerable saves for Gaz.
Come on, Gaz! Oh.
2 do get through.
But that's 4 damage though, isn't it?
No, they're D3.
Oh,
each.
okay, yeah.
So we
Double
roll
1,
it.
please, John.
So there's his 4 damage.
Yeah,
So,
wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking. So only 3 wounds left. The Swarmlord is ready to strike. Right, okay, cool. So now I will be spending 2 CP to leave me with just 1 CP left to shoot the Hive Guard again, of course, because why would you not? And this time what we're going to do is we're going to shoot half of them into the Snagger boys. In fact, no, we won't put half of them. We are just going to put 2 into the Snagger boys, and then we are going to put the other ones into the Hog boys. the plan here is what we have to do is just take away Darren's ability to try and take me off the middle objective. Because ultimately, yes, Darren's biggest threat still comes from those buggies that are continually going to pepper me. But what I have to try and do...
But they haven't been as effective at the moment. With...
I got very, very fortunate in that first turn. But the problem is just law of averages. I can't get to them. So they are free to just continue to shoot at me. So I'm going to have to continue to make saves, which is what I don't really want to do. So I have to accept that potentially Darren rolls really hot next time and maybe I lose all my Hive Guard. If I lose all my Hive Guard, I lose a lot of my damage output. So if that's going to be the case, I have to make sure that I can win the mission and win the game outright by holding the centre objective, by taking away Darren's ability to kill me from there, which is basically his boys, because his boys are the things with all the attacks that are going to go through my little gribblies. If I kill them, then it's very hard for Darren to take like 20 odd gaunts off the middle of the board. So let's do that. So first of all then, we are going to start with, these are into the Snagger boys. So I just have 2 of the Hive Guard. Again, hitting on 3s, re-rolling everything. I've got the 6 for an additional 1.
As you do.
As you do. And then 3s will do the trick. Oh my word. Just the 1.
Okay.
Just the 1. Oh. So 1 dies. Okay, leaving you just down to 2.
That's it.
Just down to 2. Okay. Not ideal, but there's definitely a lot less kick there, so I'm kind of happy with that. Okay, so then the remaining of them is going to go into the Hog boys. So, 4, yeah. Here we go. Into the Hog boys. And re-rolling those. Another 6, that's 1 exploding and 2 exploding. And then we're looking for 3s. That's a bit of a better roll. So there is 6 and -2. So is it 6 ups again?
It is indeed.
Wow! Wowee!
Just 1 Hog boy dead.
D3 damage each. So how many wounds do they have each?
They got 3 wounds apiece.
They got 3 wounds, so I could kill 2. So let's just roll. So the first one is, yeah, so we'll just kill 1 because I can't overkill it.
I knew the prediction there.
Okay, so now we're into the charge phase, and this has gone kind of pretty much as I wanted it to, because what I had to make sure is the big problem with any kind of charging, which you have to really consider, is you have to consider interrupts. Now, what I cannot afford is I cannot afford Ghazghkull to hit the Swarmlord first. If he does that, then even though Swarmlord has a 3+ invulnerable in combat, there's still a chance that Ghazghkull just squats him. I can't have that happen. He has to strike first. But what that meant is with all those Snagger boys, potentially with these Raveners with pretty poor save and not that many wounds, the Snagger boys then potentially could clear up the Raveners and start to cause me trouble. So I had to try and deplete them so they were a manageable number that it really becomes pretty pointless and a waste of CP for Darren to interrupt, because he knows he's not going to be able to do enough damage really to kill enough of them to probably make it worthwhile. So that was kind of the strategy behind it. This will be interesting for you guys to know. So we'll start off with some charges. We'll start off over here. The Maleceptor is going to charge into the remaining copter. So we'll see what we get. That's obviously going to be absolutely plenty. So he's going to go into here. And then we're going to go with the Raveners, which actually, you know, are under there, so they can't fail. They definitely can't fail with that. We'll come back and move them. The Tyranid Prime, yeah, he'll be in as well. And then, of course, again, he can't miss, but just about gets in.
Yeah, no worries.
3 inches. So everyone makes it, so we'll move in, and then we'll come back.
And these not charging, no?
Oh, no, but I will actually charge. They can't charge. Because they ran, but these guys there, I will try and do a 9-inch bomb charge on the...
Cool. I will CP that.
Okay.
Overwatch.
Okay, go.
Got nothing else to spend it on.
Go for it. Cool. Okay, so we're going to kick off the assault phase, and of course we're going to start off with the main man himself. We're going to start off with the Swarmlord.
And of course, quick recap. Here,
oh yeah, absolutely.
They failed on double 1, and I failed to even get 1 single hit off in the Overwatch.
Yeah, that was the Rippers. So unfortunately, the Rippers won't be holding up one of them, because my thoughts are, obviously because of the blast bit, I can try and hold up at least one of them, which to just take down damage is Darren's damage a little bit, but it was worth a try. But anyway, okay, so Swarmlord we're going to start off with. He is the main man. He needs to try and cut down Ghazghkull. Ghazghkull's tankier, 4-up invuln, but the Swarmlord can definitely do some damage. There's not a lot that needs to go through for Ghazghkull to lose those remaining 3 wounds. In fact, he only needs to get 1 saber hit through and Ghazghkull is on his knees. So there's a good chance we could do this. Right, so what I've got here is the silver dice will be the tail attack. So all of these hit on 2s. Okay, so two miss. So I am strength 8. So I'll be wounding you on 3s. But importantly, 6s are mortal wounds.
Oh, that's good.
In addition. So here we go. Cool. Okay. I can't afford to do any rerolls, which is really, really unfortunate. So what you have here, Darren, is you have 1 mortal wound, which puts him on 2 wounds, and then you have 2 saves.
Okay.
One of these gets through, and he's a dead man.
I'm going to
CP it. Yes, of course.
No!
Oh, Ghazghkull does go down.
Only if I could have saved that, because then that could have changed the fate of the Orcs.
Yeah, the Swarmlord would have been in an awful lot of trouble if
Ghazghkull
Ghazghkull managed to get that off.
Yeah, because the Gaz would have been like...
He would have been absolutely beefed up and juiced up to the
Oh,
nines.
okay.
So yeah, so that's big. Now, would you like to interrupt, Darren?
I don't. There's nothing really on the battlefield that's going to be worth spending the last 2 CP to. So, quick recap for combat. As we know, Ghazghkull suffered the fate of the Swarmlord as the Swarmlord bit in deep into the side of Ghazghkull's neck, clearing it, shearing it, clearing off Ghazghkull's shoulders, leaving Ghazghkull a rolling wreck onto the floor.
Only just.
Only just. But it was that final blow that did it. Yeah. And Ghazghkull held in as best he can. The copter died. Only 1 attack going through. Unfortunately,
flat 3 damage, so.
Enough to kill it.
Yeah.
And that was the case on that. And then the truck attacked back, and he did manage to do a wound, which is pretty damn good. Absolutely. And that is it.
Yeah, that's it. So the recap, so good, really, really good second turn for Tyranids. I've basically used everything I can. So I've got 1 CP left. I've juiced out, but I've done exactly what I needed to do, which is just accept the fact that I can't really deal particularly well with Darren's trucks, but I just have to kill the stuff that really scores. And now Darren's in a real fight now to try and grab some points because I've kind of taken away a lot of his scoring ability. So really, really interested now to see what Darren does in his turn 2.
Okay.
How's it feeling, Darren?
It's feeling hard, boss.
A little bit tough for the Orks at the moment.
Listen,
deep.
The most battles when the big boss dies, the Orcs start pooping themselves. It goes 1 or 2 ways for Orcs. They either look at the boss and go, there's a power struggle here, boys. I'm going to become the boss. Or it goes completely the other way and they absolutely poop bricks. If the big boy's gone, that means we're in trouble. Let's do a runner. Yeah. But in this scenario, hopefully it's not going to be the case because we need to fight back and fight back hard into things. So Psychic, dead easy, nice and quick.
First of all, do you want to do a quick recap on your movement, Darren?
That would be a really good shout. Hopefully in the drop-down camera I'd have done that.
Right.
So what we've got here is the Squig boys have just moved slightly over towards that way. There's not much I can really do upon that. In fact, what I'm better off doing is maybe try to take him on. Actually, do you know what?
Do you want to do that?
Okay. These were the last ones to go. Yeah. I'm going to go down to there. We're going to have a go at trying to take
down
him
the
on.
Maleceptor.
Yeah, because we get pluses going for the big bugs, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Over here, he's come charging down to try take on the Gaunts, stop him from getting into my corner.
Yeah.
The Grots align themselves up. If you're going to die, you're going to die by a Grot. That's how it works. That's how my mum always told me. Mama Grot.
Grots versus Gaunts.
Grots versus Gaunts. You know the Grots are going to win, boss. Because they're not just for Christmas, they're for life. So, Psychic, let's do this for the powers of the warp. Let's see if we can get it off. Whoa, we're in there on 11. Oh, I'm crushing Grots there. I'm sure people have won tournaments by doing that.
Sure they did.
How many damage? 3 mortal wounds.
Okay.
Onto the Rippers.
No worries. That will be a Ripper Swarm dead.
There you go. You see, it's already looking in favour for the Orcs. They're like, ha 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 ha.
Easy, easy. Yeah.
We're powering up here, getting all that lightning going. You can see in my hands right now. It's like, whoo, and the fire guild's up. Too excited.
Too excited.
Shooting here. So what we're going to do, because there's no more psychic shooting, these guys are going to see if we can pop some wounds off onto him.
Yep.
So we're going to do the spears into him, and then the guys at the back are going to shoot into their grots.
Okay.
So I think there's only one that can shoot on the grots, but I need to just double check that.
Okay.
So I don't really fire him much. So the big spear first. 1.
Yeah.
Does nothing.
Okay.
I think it's just the 1 grot. And he does
Doesn't
nothing
hit.
anyway.
Okay,
So
cool.
that's it. It fizzled out quite quickly, dear sir. So the
Okay.
big shooter,
Yeah.
he is going to shoot into combat, and he's going to have a little pop shot at your little things there.
Okay, going to go for the Raveners, yeah.
We'll need 6s because we're
Yeah.
shooting into combat.
So nothing.
And nothing. That is it.
Okay. So we're going to go on to the main event now, I think, aren't we?
Yeah, and that's there's 2 big guns. Big sack, the
Okay.
super shock
Yeah,
attack gun,
we've got
and
that,
the
yeah.
thing. So let's just go with that. So let's see how many shots we've got. For 4.
Yeah.
And then the strength being 7.
Okay.
And he's going to target onto.
The Tyrannifex.
Yeah,
The only thing I would say with the Tyrannifex is the Tyrannifex is toughness 8, whereas the Maleceptor is toughness 7. So it would be the
Let's do
difference
that.
between
Let's-
wounding on 5s or 4s. So,
I think he's got to go. We'll have to do that because I don't think the boys are going to be enough to do it.
okay.
So 4 shots.
Yeah.
2,
Yeah, nice.
and then 2
Needing
wounds.
4s. Yeah, okay, good stuff.
So that would have only been 1 if I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so we need a 4-up invulnerable save. We make 1 goes through.
Damage 2.
And then I have 2 Feel No Pains. For 6s needed. Don't get any. So 2 damage, so he's taken 6. So now he has taken 8.
So
And he has
put him
12
off-
woons. So
Oh, you're going the other way, yeah.
yeah, that's how many he's taken. Yeah.
So-
I mean, there was in between anyway.
Yeah, so 4.
Yeah.
4
Makes no
wounds
difference.
left.
Yeah.
Right,
That'll be maths, Darren.
Oh, we rocks, boss. We don't do maths here.
Cool. Right, okay.
So the big main event. So
Yeah,
let's
here we go.
do the furthest one away from the shoot
Yes.
thing. So we'll do the buggy there.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think he's in range, John, if I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
Because 42 from there, he's
Yeah.
just out. I didn't measure that up properly.
Oh, okay.
So one of them, unfortunately, I've kind of messed up a little bit on that
He's
side.
going to have to shoot into something else.
So what he will do, he's going to have a go at, in fact, I might just have a little cheeky pop shot at your big old Swarmlord.
Oh, nice.
Actually, do you know what? I'll hold fire on him at the moment.
Yeah, why not? Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I've got to deal with the threat that's here.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So what I'm going to do with so this one here first of all,
Yeah.
we're going to go shotguns,
Yeah.
the line of sight shooting
Yeah.
into here, the non-line of sight shooting over to the Hive Guard. So
Absolutely makes sense.
we'll do him first of all.
Okay, yeah,
So
definitely.
let's go shotguns first of all.
Yeah, and this is the Raveners.
1. T4.
T4.
I think that does not do it on that. In fact, I'm pretty confident on that. No, it doesn't.
Doesn't.
Doesn't. That's a shame.
Okay.
So then we're going to go with the line of sight squig launcher
Yeah,
for 6.
nice.
Hopefully this could be some magics, but I need 5s on this. But look at that. It's like the gods have woken up. 3 go through.
Yeah, this is these, yeah.
And that's it. So -2. 2.
So I don't get a save. 2 damage each.
Yeah, so 6 damage.
So 1 kills that one. The next one, no, actually, so 6 damage. Yeah. So that one, so be 1, because then that wouldn't carry over. So first one would do first 2 shots with that, and then that one would go down to 1 wound. Yeah, that's right. So 1's on 1 wound. Yep.
6 damage. Yes.
That's
So
right.
you've got
isn't
3
it?
wounds
Yeah.
apiece. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah.
First
First one took 2. Second
and then
shot
one will be down to 1 left.
would waste a shot, and then yeah.
Yep, that's
So,
it.
Yeah, makes sense. That'd be
Okay.
math, that'd be math again.
So the no line of sight shooting next.
Yeah.
We're going to go into the Hive Guard. So big
course.
numbers. Mate, look
There
at
we
that.
go again.
There we go.
Well, that's good. Wow, that's not bad, mate. That isn't bad at all.
What's your T?
I am T5.
T5.
So you're 4s. Okay, that isn't bad. That isn't bad.
It's a 4.
4. Okay, cool. So I am looking at 3 up saves. Sorry, Darren. Sorry, Darren. Didn't someone say that I was like really like I was really smug when I'm winning, right? I'm not smug. I feel for the Orks.
At the other side of the camera, you got him. He's like a Cheshire cat right
I'm
now.
not. No, I'm not.
All
the hate comes out. It's not. No. Okay, cool. Right.
Okay, so look, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm not feeling.
I mean, you can't get better than a double 6 and then all that.
Oh, they are an extra minus, so they've been -3.
No, they're not Dakka weapons. Because I double checked it.
Yeah, of course they're not.
Because I must admit, I was pooping my little panties when I saw that they, when you were talking about the extra AP, and then I checked their profile.
Of course they're not.
And I was like, they're not Dakka weapons.
Right. Next one is going to do rinse and repeat.
Okay, cool.
So we do the shotguns first of all.
Yep.
For 1 wound.
Okay, 1 wound, so...
No minus on that.
So we have a 5 up save. Nope, so that would be 1 wound. So that means that kills him. Because you'd already lost 2 from the last shot.
And then the launcher for 2 shots.
2 shots, yeah.
Oh no.
1 hit.
Does go through.
And I don't get a save against it, do I?
No, so just 2 damage.
Just 2 damage.
That's quite
So
painful.
it's got 1 wound left.
Painful!
Yeah. But I'm not objective secure though, Darren.
No, so
at least there's something.
It's something, but I need to kill him. I do need to kill him.
You do need to kill
him. So the truck, he will shoot. He done him.
Yeah, so we're just on.
That's it. Let's go to combat.
Have you not got? No, you've got another.
Oh, we've got the squig bug in the back.
Got a squig launcher. Yeah. You haven't done this. No, you've done the one at the back, but you haven't done
the big one.
The shots on them. You've only done one lot of shots.
You could have kept quiet there, and you could have been all right.
No. Everyone's screaming. We're not like that.
We're not like that.
No, exactly.
Okay, so 4s. Not too shabby.
No, that's not bad.
Not too shabby at all.
And then 4s again.
Because you're T5, yeah, I'm T5.
Just the 1.
Come on, fail it.
Up.
Oh!
Sorry.
Little tears coming from my eyes.
Okay.
Okay, right. What we're going to do is I've got to sort that threat out in the corner because this is not very shoot for the Orks. We're going to do all non-line of sight shooting into the single dude. The big cannon is overkill, but it's going to go into the Rippers. And if the damn Rippers survive that, there's going to be trouble.
Yeah. Okay,
right. Let's do the shotty first of all.
Yeah. Into the Revenants. Yeah. Into the last remaining Revenant.
1. And he does nothing.
Yeah.
Single. 2 for 1. He does nothing.
Does nothing.
Wow. Okay. Right. Maybe I'm getting to think I should have chucked everything. So 6 from the into the Rippers. Into the
the Rippers.
Oh God.
The Revenant. No, the Rippers. Yeah.
Into the Rippers for 1.
Doesn't wound. Doesn't wound. So your squid launchers?
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Oh no.
Who told us they were good, Darren? Who told us they were good?
Manny did.
Yeah.
Manny said they were good. And I said, you need balance. Wow.
Okay.
I ain't going to lie, but if they can't kill them, we're in trouble.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
It leaves now one thing. Actually, do you know what? We've got the big heavy shooter here still to shoot. I forgot about that.
Okay.
So we'll do that off camera.
Yeah, we'll do that off camera. Right. Okay, Darren. So
Gorkamork is not blessing me so far because the rest of the combat. Well, to be fair,
no, you did all right. You did all right.
To be fair, so we've done. So the knob on the squad speed did kill this. It was a pointless exercise because we knew what was going to happen there anyway. The only thing that was a bit shocking, but the Revenant did die as we knew it was going to happen. I did think I'd be able to get more damage off onto the Rippers.
Yeah.
So the Rippers going to cause me a bit of trouble next turn. So I mean to get shotguns off, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So over here we are going to spend 2 CP for monster hunters, What that means at the moment, I'm targeting a monster, so I get him to +1 to my hit. So it means I'm going to be hitting on 2s. But more importantly, with Monster Hunters activated, I'm going to be wounding on 4s, because otherwise I'll be wounding on 5s, and that would kind of suck. So having that +1 is going to help massively. Okay. So 3 attacks each. All hit.
2s, yeah. Nice.
But because we are Goth,
get some exploding as well.
Just 1. I didn't activate the strap.
Yeah.
And it does mean I've got 4 wounds going through.
Well, I've got 4 up invuln, so don't worry about looking too much at that. But these, how much damage each are these?
-2.
Yeah, so 4 up invuln.
And 2 damage.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so
2 wounds.
Yeah.
And then we.
Oh, and then I have feel no pain.
Okay, so 4 feel no pains.
No, 2. Only one.
Oh yeah, of course it was. Sorry. And that's not what I wanted to see. I'm going to put that on there for the time being. Oh, wow. We need to kill this big bug off. So we've got 4 attacks coming in from the jaw.
Yeah. The jaws of the squig.
That's good. 1 exploding. So
nice.
We need 1 more in there. That's good.
How do the squigs know they're goths? Darren, how do they know?
Because the riders on the back are rubbing the goths into the back, and they're like, "Hello, little baby, you're a gothy boy."
Okay. Now I know. Now I'm fine with that now, Darren. I'm all right with it now.
Your T7. T7 and the jaw is strength 6, so...
same again, so 4s.
Yeah, so just 2.
The +1. Yeah. So 2.
Come on, fail this, John. Ace is only -1, 2 damage, but there you go.
Yeah, both go through. So 2 damage each. So
yeah.
4. So, could you kill him? I get a save, so 3 go through.
That's enough.
Is that enough to kill him?
That's enough.
Okay, cool. So death throws. Oh, I saw 6 there, Darren.
My little poopy
one. Anyway, yeah, cool. So eventually the snaggers do snag their beast for the wall.
It's like this. Do you remember back in Star Wars and you got the sand people there? They're there with their fingers.
That is the snaggers. They did get their...
Moral victory, we killed a big bug.
You did. Look, they did what they meant to do, right?
You got the little grots on the back of him now, like hacking his head off, like, we got rid of boss. And then you can see a big old Tyranid head being dragged by these things, because they don't give a monkeys about the rest. They got their loot, they're off.
They're off. You snagged your beast. Cool.
That's it.
Good stuff. Woo! Right, and I think, that's the end of your turn?
I suppose. 3, 5... Going into the hive mind, turn 3.
Okay, it's clean up mode now. Let's see what we can do. So what we've done, we did a few little bits out of sequence because we actually did some damage on the truck in return from the Raveners and the Tyranid Prime. So we've got him down quite low, which is good. So what we've done in the movement phase is down here we've stayed exactly still. We don't really need to do anything. We can see these guys, so we can shoot at them, so he doesn't want to move for his full amount of shots. Hive Guard obviously don't want to move. These warriors are going to give them their buffs. And then, so Swarmlord's moved up here. What I'm planning to use is Swarmlord's own ability on himself to move again over there and hopefully charge in and make a mess from them little buggies is the plan. It still will be a little bit of a charge, but I think that's going to work quite well. I'm happy that these, between them, maybe we'll be able to deal with that truck. If we can get rid of that, that's great. Then that starts to deplete Darren's force somewhat. The lictors have dropped in here, so that's cool. And then the warriors over the far side there have done their retrieve Octavius data, or rod as it's affectionately put. So that's where we are. So we're going into the psychic phase. So there's not too much to do. So what we will do, and just to be really, really clear, it's pretty similar buffs we'll be doing. So we'll be going for the +1 to hit for the Hive Guard. We'll be going, sorry, not the +1 to hit. We'll be going for the Oh no, I can't do that. So yes, I have to do +1 to hit on these because I'm now out of range of the rerolls. So they'll just be +1 to hit. And then the Tyranid Prime, sorry, this guy here will just have to be standard. There's nothing he can do now because we've lost some of the other stuff. Then down here, the Tyranid Prime will give his auto wounds again to the Raveners. So that's what we're going to do there. So again, slightly losing a little bit of the kind of the strength now because we're starting to run out of CPs and run out of kind of some of the key kind of units and their synergies, but we're still good. So let's start off in the psychic phase, and the Swarmlord is going to put his Feel No Pain onto himself, which he gets it off, and then he's going to do a smite. Oh, he's just going to have to accept it because I can't afford the CPs. So he's going to take a wound.
One wound's not bad though, is it?
But he does get no pain against it, which he doesn't manage to shrug off. So that's fine. So cool. Okay. So that will be the end of the psychic phase. So we will go into the shooting phase. I'm going to move that Swarmlord, and then we'll get ready to see what damage we can do.
So recap quickly on what has just occurred.
So we've just shot these warriors into the Snagger Boy riders down, just doing one solo wound, and that is pretty much it from shooting. The other guys over
But the
there
big old boss granted him with a double 6 for a save.
He did.
Blessed them wisely.
Which was very nice. So we're going to go into the Hive Guard now.
So going into the main event, and this is the one that everyone wants to watch.
It is, but these are not as buffed as they have been up till now. This is the least they've been buffed. So
this will be interesting to see how well they perform on the least amount of buffing, right?
Yeah. So they have still hit on 2s. So it's only hit on 2s.
Only hit on 2s. Only 2s.
Only on 2s. But I won't be spending the CP to have them exploding on 6s because I only have 2 CP left, and I need to spend them to shoot them again. So it's more valuable for me to shoot them again than make them explode on 6s, because exploding on 6s can be swingy. So
who are we shooting on?
So we're going to shoot every single one of them, and we're going to shoot them into this truck here.
Right, okay. We know where that's going.
Yeah. So
only
we're
one
hitting
miss?
on 2s, so 1 miss, but we cannot re-roll it. Again, it would be nice to have them exploding, but they do not. And then I'm looking for 3s.
Wow.
So there we go. -2, so you will be
6s. 2 damage apiece.
No, D3 damage each. So
I keep forgetting that, sorry. Sorry everyone, but I see it blown up anyway. Does he blow up?
Does he blow up?
No. Does the guy inside
Come on.
die?
Oh.
No, thankfully. You can't get rid of me that easy, boss.
Okay, so we're now going to do what you never meant to do, which is massively split the next volley, because I'm going to spend the 2 CP to shoot him again. Should really do it at the end of the phase, but it doesn't really matter in this case. We're just going to do it. So what I'm going to have is I'm going to have 2 of the guys are going to shoot into these guys. 2 of the guys are going to shoot into these guys, into this guy,
Ooh, this
and then
is a
2 are
split
going
and
to
a
shoot
half.
into that. So I'm just going for the all.
Is this what the Hive Mind is telling you, John? This
Hive Mind is telling me split your shots. So let's start off with the
Big Mac
with shock attack gun. So again, hitting on 2s. So they all hit. I'll now be wounding on 2s, I think, because you're still on toughness 4, aren't you, on a Big Mac? It's not 5.
We'll have to double check.
We'll double check. I'm pretty sure it's 4. So it will make a difference because there will be 4 of them too.
Now, it's unusual, but John did manage to get that Hive Mind in me and convince me otherwise. But he is T5, and I don't know why I doubted it, because all Orks are toughness 5.
Yeah.
Minus on it?
-2.
We would have got no save.
You would have got no save?
No.
Okay. So
go for the moral 6 there.
So D3. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
He's depressingly crushed by these impaler cannons, these whirly-burly bits.
Burrowing bugs.
What's going on? It's raining bugs.
It's raining bugs. And then, so now we're going to this guy here. So again, hitting on 2s, 1 miss, and then we'll be wounding on 3s. All wounds. So I'm guessing you have a 6 up on you, don't you?
This is where I need the 6s. Come on, boys! Nope.
So D3 on all of them. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, schnaggers.
And then last, I'd be surprised if I kill all of these, but here we go.
I don't know. So far, you've been on fire.
I have. So here we go. So all hit.
That's not a good start for me.
One misses, so one doesn't wound. So again, 6s.
Okay, right. This is it. Give the dice a kiss. Oh,
So
one save, one
save.
doesn't.
Okay, so they have 3 wounds each.
Yep.
So the first one, D3, kills him.
Yep.
So if I roll a 5 or a 6.
He's dead as well.
No.
So leaves him
that's on
down
one.
to 2 wounds
2
left.
wounds left. Just enough for me to put 40 shots into him.
If that's all he's shooting into,
Yeah, that's right.
then
Yeah,
he
we're
gone.
Yeah, he's not taking 40 shots, is he? 40 shots at strength 6.
He's no Neo from the Matrix.
He's not. So Swarmlord's moved there. So we've got no more shooting, so we can move swiftly into the charges. So we're going to quickly work out. Okay, so we need a 4-inch for that. That will need a 7-inch because it's less than an 8. I'm going to go all or nothing.
Wow.
And I'm going to go for the big long bomb.
I'm going to spend a CP to Overwatch because this might be the only opportunity that I get to glorify my Overwatch abilities.
I'm going to roll this now anyway, and we'll see.
Double one. I cursed. I dice whispered.
You did say double 1, and that's exactly what you got. So
I've got to do that more often.
You do. What we'll do off camera is, because I think it's still going to struggle to probably do too much damage to Swarmlord. So
I'll be lucky if I get one.
We'll roll the Overwatch off on the Swarmlord, outside the camera. Okay, so just to quickly recap, obviously after Swarmlord failed his charge, we did jump straight into the assault phase, and what happened more or less over here is between the Tyranid Prime and the Raveners, we did dispatch the last few wounds of the truck. It did not blow up, but that went, and then kind of with that, I think, Darren, we said that it's probably be hard for you to do anything now.
So this is where it becomes a boring game, if we were to continue. Because unfortunately, as much as I'd love to stick it out with the Orks, realistically, we can't come back from this because we have just taken too much of a hammering. I just can't score. But stick around for the after a bit because this is where we're going to talk about all the goodness of the Tyranids.
Yep. And we're back.
Welcome to the after party.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is like a heavy night out on a Saturday night and you're looking for that respite for the Sunday, but you're still ready to carry on for the party, and this is it. This is like travelling down to London and going to Egg for the first time, realising that you had loads of energy at the beginning, and this is where it starts to fade out, and that's how the Orks felt after turn 2.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, and we really tried to kind of build 2 lists that would be an interesting game, and I think it was a really fun and entertaining game, and hopefully you enjoyed it. But it did hopefully
just got a little bit unlucky on the shooting, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, look, the reality is majority of my damage comes from the Hive Guard. If you'd rolled hot and I'd got a bit unlucky and those Hive Guard went down, even if you'd taken out like 2 or 3 of them, then suddenly the game starts to change and turn on its head because I'm just struggling to do the damage. Because I purposely built into this list, I didn't have the redundancy that you would build if you were building a competitive list. You wouldn't just take 1 of something, because as we all know, 1 of something's not how you play it. 2 of something's better, 3 of something's multiple better.
That's where you make the magic, and for free, we're not going to charge for this. As most people would. Yeah, Judge John said, listen, normally you find the unit that works best, you maximise that to the best ability, and you always go with max for free.
Yeah.
And you really capitalise on the firepower, the damage, the buffs that they can offer, and to cause as much damage and threat upon the actual build. And as you can probably hear above, I think I've got my Wazza deck just flying over now to come pick us up.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what you need anyway.
Oh, I think I hear him crashing. That's how Orks land.
Exactly. But I mean, hopefully you really, really enjoyed this, guys. What you will find, rather than going into like huge amounts of detail now, I've done a number of really, really in-depth reviews and tactics advice on the new Tyranid stuff, because there is so much in there. There's so many like amazing combinations, and I'm finding more and more every day. Even like in this game, I found down more as I was kind of working through all that would work really well. So there's loads of crazy stuff. It's just insanely powerful. The Hive Guard, to be honest, are a bit too powerful. And you know, when you get to stage where a unit is just so auto include, you can't leave home without it, there's a little bit of a problem there. But look, I'm not complaining. I'm gonna have a lot of fun.
I don't think I've seen, now in my Tyranid list I don't have Hive Guard.
Yeah.
Probably because I haven't brought Hive Guard.
Yeah.
That's probably what the first thing is.
Yeah.
But down our local gaming club, when we see the Tyranids come out on the battlefield, we always see the Hive Guard is as you said, it's an auto include.
Yeah.
The more I play the Orks, the more I'm going to be, I think it's going to be more of an auto include for me to have those buggies in there, at least if I have 3 in there. And like, as we said at the beginning, this wasn't a competitive Ork list. This was a fun, let's get some toys on, let's see what we can do, and let's have a little play. Having a go with the trucks today and seeing how they go. It did make those Ork boys more survivable, but it also put a little bit of a risk on them as well.
Yeah.
But thinking about that, competitive wise, we'll start getting some Ork tactics coming up very, very soon. Now I've had a real good chance of playing these. I can really talk honestly, open and honestly on what works, what doesn't work. And
we've got such a huge collection in the studio as well. Like, we've got so many Ork options. There's not a lot we can't kind of bring to you. Yeah,
we got the still to paint up. We still got 2 of the Squigosaurs still to build and paint.
Yeah.
We've got the Ork beast boss there. We've got the new mega boss. He absolutely looks friggin' awesome with his little grot on top with his big old chain axe. I friggin' love that model. We must be getting
some rigs as well. We must be getting
some rigs. I've got one.
There we go. We've got a rig come in.
For your enjoyment, your pleasure, I've put a best part of £700 just in this new edition.
Yeah. But look, we've got so many Orks now. We've got like so many cool stuff. So
our pain is your pleasure.
So we've got a great place to kind of show you. So if you're a fan of Orks, you know, you like to see Ork content, there's no better place to go, because we will be able to show you all the cool combos, all the great lists. We're putting them together, we're playing them, and we'll see what they can do on the table. So, you know, look, there's no better place to, you know, to be involved in Orks. And you know, I think you're probably going to be sick and tired of Tyranids, because I can see everybody and their daughter and son jumping on the Tyranid bandwagon.
This is going to be the best place for Tyranids, because, you know,
you've got the hive mind. You've got the hive mind.
Ace is really good. You've got some really some really good tactics. With
I don't know
Tyranids.
much, but I do know Tyranids.
Well, I was going to say you know some really good tactics for the Tyranids. And as I said, but look, thank you very much, everyone that's watched this report. If you've got to this point, thank you very much. Really do appreciate it. Please drop some comments down. Let us know what you think of the new format. That's really key, interesting. If you haven't already and you like the content we're pushing out to Twisted Dice, please do hit that like and subscribe, because it really does help out. And of course, it is totally free. You don't have to pay anything for that subscription to subscribe to the channel. It helps. But if you want to be cool and help us out a little bit more, we do have a Patreon service, and every penny really does go back into the studio, and it helps us out massive, because it really does help us make these armies work, and it puts the lights in the studio. But that's enough of the self-promotion. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Darren, that's Ace, and hopefully we'll catch you again next week for another awesome Warhammer Battle Report. I was going to go Warhammer.